Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. I post my Will I Buy It videos every single Wednesday where I'm chatting over some new makeup releases, letting you know a little bit about them and also my thoughts on if I'm planning to pick them up or if I'm going to pass over them. I have so much to chat about this week, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Alright, I do want to say first before we get started, I have a bunch of new makeup on my face. Like I'm just trying out a bunch of new products for an upcoming review, and I'm not 100% on like shade matches and I'm not 100% on some of the things that are on my face at this moment, but because I do film, edit, and upload almost every single day, I sometimes have to come on camera wearing things that I'm not 100% confident about because I have to test them out. So I did want to point that out. I also took my acrylics off the other day, so my nails are let's just not look at my nails. Okay. Alrighty, so first off, I'm gonna kick it off. A lot of people are asking me my thoughts on the new Ofra rebranding. So Ofra Cosmetics, I really enjoyed the brand. I have a lot of products from them. I've bought a lot from them. I really do enjoy a lot of their stuff, and they recently did a rebranding, and I'm really happy that they did it. I thought it was a really good thing because a lot of their packaging now looks a lot like sleeker. It just looks a little bit nicer, and Ofra was always on the higher price point, and especially for like their highlighters. I own quite a few of the Ofra highlighters. They're in like really kind of like cheap packaging. There's no mirror on them. It's just kind of like flimsy. Same with like the bronzers. Like I kind of felt like their packaging and their products didn't quite match up to the prices that they were charging for them, you know? Like if I were to walk into Ulta and find Ofra, I would be like, oh, this belongs on the drugstore side. And then you look at the prices and you're like, come again? So I think it's fantastic. I really like a lot of their new packaging. And I mean, everything got redid. Their liquid lipsticks, I never really minded the packaging on those, but those are redone now. The palettes, the highlighters, everything is redone. Everything looks really nice. So I think that's pretty cool. I do have a new collection that I'll be talking about later on in the video from Ofra, but just overall my thoughts on their rebranding and all that. I think it's really awesome. I think it's a really good thing for Ofra, so yay. So I also got asked to revisit Flesh Beauty. I just touched on Flesh Beauty a couple weeks ago when we heard the announcement that a new brand was coming out, but we didn't really know prices on anything. We didn't have a lot of photos of anything. It was just more like, hey, there's a new brand coming out. So people have asked me if I would come back in another Will I Buy It video and talk about it more, and since we've gotten kind of the breakdown of the products. So Flesh Beauty is a new brand under the parent company Revlon, and kind of when I think Revlon, I think like obviously like Revlon has their own brand as well, but I think like more affordable drugstore, but this was coined from the beginning as a high-end brand, and Revlon does also own a few other high-end brands as well, but their price points were going to be a little bit higher. So now they're out, they're available. I'll have links down below, of course, as always. I'm also reading from the Trend Mood One Instagram like I do every week, so she's always linked in my description box as well. But it is considered a prestige brand, is available at Ulta. There is the foundation sticks, there is lip colors, highlights, eyeshadow palettes. I mean, it's like a full collection type of thing. So just kind of looking at the Ulta page, their foundation is $18. They have blushes for $26. Man, that's expensive for a blush. Their lipsticks are $18. They have an eyeshadow palette for $38, a highlighter for $28, so on and so forth. So that's just kind of an idea of a breakdown of each of the things. So I know a lot of people are really struggling with the name Flesh Beauty, and one thing that I'll say is I actually went to Google it the other day just to like look up the prices and see how it was available, and all I typed in was flesh, and the first thing that came up was flesh-eating bacteria disease. So I was like, well, that's not what I was going for, but perfect. And some of the names that are out are very interesting. Like the foundation name is called Firm Flesh Thick Stick Foundation. Where does your mind go when you hear Firm Flesh Thick Stick? Like, where does your mind go? Because mine goes mine goes somewhere, let me tell you. So yeah, some of the names on some of these are a little bit interesting, but I mean, it's not a make or break for me, but it definitely is is interesting. I don't know yet if there's anything I'm gonna grab. I think this is just gonna be one of those things, especially because it's a higher price point. It's a brand new brand. No one really knows what to expect. I kind of just want to wait and see the reviews. I'm such a review junkie. I love giving makeup reviews, but I'm also someone who, if there's products that I'm not sure about and I'm going to be spending a lot of money, I wait for some reviews to come in and decide, do I really want to purchase that? Do I not want to purchase that? So I think this is going to be one of those that I just wait. The lipsticks I'm curious about. Like, I like the packaging of the lipsticks, the Fleshy Lips lipstick. Where's your mind go there? I'll tell you where mine goes, and it's weird. It's to a weird place. So I don't. Some of the things kind of catch my attention. Of course, the foundation. You know, it's being sold in 40 shades, so a lot of people are very excited over that. I don't feel like I need a new foundation at this point in my life. I have a new one on today, actually, the one from Lawless Beauty. Ooh, did I get like closer in my camera? I just looked at my viewfinder. I felt like I was very, very close. Yeah, there's a couple items that intrigue me, but I'm probably not gonna hop on it right away. I'll wait a little bit, see the reviews and all that. But I'd love to know if you guys ordered anything yet from Flush Beauty. What are your thoughts? Are you someone like me who are gonna wait a little bit? You'll have to let us know. So the other big news that a lot of people seemed very excited about was that Lush Beauty is coming out with or Lush Cosmetics is coming out with a foundation. It's also gonna be sold in 40 shades. It says buildable medium coverage, and it's made with luxurious oils and waxes to give your skin a dewy post-facial glow. So that's super interesting. I, to be honest, don't know a whole lot about Lush, but this was an article that I found on Cosmopolitan. So it says, you know, it's your favorite go-to store for the bath bombs and the bubble jars and the shower jellies. Like, I know that, but I don't know if I realized that they offered mascara, eyeliner, skin tint, and also highlighter, and now they're coming out with a foundation. I don't know if I realized that about Lush Cosmetics, but placing the new foundation, they're really interesting looking. They're being described as solid egg-shaped foundations called slapsticks. Like, it's just, oh man, it's so funny. But there's also supposed to be a lot of coconut oil in there. Other like waxes. It says they'll be dipped in a peelable black wax bottom to make it easier to grip the foundation. I'm like, what? And it says in true Lush form, they'll be packaged in a recyclable cardboard box that you can close back up when you're done to keep any nasties like dirt, lint, or bacteria out. I thought it was interesting because I thought it was supposed to be launched already by this time, but once again, in this Cosmopolitan article, which I can link that down below as well, it says they'll no longer be able to launch Lush Labs in North America on June 29th due to delay with product fulfillment. So I don't know when exactly it's going to release, but apparently it's been delayed as well. But like I said, I don't feel like I need any new foundations to try right now. I did also just do a foundation declutter, and you know, sometimes after you declutter a certain part of your collection, it's like, whoa, you've really taken inventory of what your collection looks like. You've realized you have a bunch of favorites in there or ones that you still want to try out, so it kind of helps you take a step back. But especially now knowing that it's not even like launching on time sort of thing, I'm kind of like meh, and I'm not really big into Lush, which I've heard from some people that it's that's really a dangerous thing to say, because like people who love Lush like really love Lush. But I don't take baths. I feel like that has a lot to do with it. Like, I don't sit in a bathtub. I don't know how. I can't do that. I can't. I go crazy. I go crazy just sitting in a bathtub. The showers are all the way for me. So that one I'm not super interested in. And of course, okay, a lot of you guys said I should have a Colourpop like song and dance in my Will I Buy It videos. So I'm working really hard on like my choreography, laying down the tracks type thing, you know. I'm just kidding. But I did say that I feel like I have to talk about Colourpop every single week because they're always releasing something new, and I want it like a song and dance jingle for when I'm gonna put these in the Will I Buy It videos. But they got some new stuff coming out. So they just released the Sol Mar collection, a summer 2018 collection, which is like, did you do a summer 2018? I don't know. Colourpop releases so much. So they have the Sol eyeshadow palette and the Mar eyeshadow palette, and they also have ultra blotted lip shades, which I'm not interested in, and the Super Shock highlighters, which I'm not super interested in that myself. But a lot of people are asking about the eyeshadow palettes. So there's one that is like the Sol palette is like this red bronzy palette, and then the Mar palette is kind of like a blue-green palette with some gold in there as well. They both look super pretty. So both of them are $12, I believe. I just saw them on the Colourpop site as well when I was linking a few other things, so they should be available down there. They look really beautiful. I don't know if there's one palette that speaks to me more than the other one, but I think that I'm gonna say no as well to these right now. I just made a really big Colourpop order. I'm still testing out a few things from there. I'll have my Colourpop haul and try on video listed down below in case you're curious. I picked up the Makeup Shayla Perception palette. Yes, I think that's what it's called, from Colourpop as well, and I've only used that like 3 times. Like, I don't even have a full review on it yet because I also have other eyeshadows that I'm trying to try out for a review. So I'm like, even though these really do interest me, I just being realistic, I think I'm gonna have to say no. I kind of go through waves with Colourpop where like I buy a lot from them and then I like step back and then I buy a lot and then I step back because they just release so much. It's so hard to keep up with everything that they're doing. So I'm probably gonna pass over these, but you know, maybe if like a bunch of people review it and they say like I just absolutely have to have them, maybe I'd consider it, but like, I feel pretty confident in my eyeshadow palette collection, you know. But are you guys planning on getting these? I think that they'll be really popular, so I'm sure a lot of people are very interested. I did get quite a few tags, and kind of funny tags, on a new release from Kylie Cosmetics. I don't usually touch on Kylie Cosmetics because I just am not really interested in much from her brand at all. I've had a few bad experiences with ordering from Kylie in the past, so I just kind of given up, to be honest. But people were tagging me on one thing. This is called the Sorta Sweet palette, and I have something else from Kylie to talk about here too, which is just, I'm like, how many things is she releasing? So she's releasing the Sorta Sweet palette, and so many people were tagging me like the rolling eyes emoji and like laughing emojis and stuff, and a lot of people are saying this looks just like the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, which I do agree. It looks like it is still available right now. It's $42 and you get 9 different shades. I mean, it really does remind me of like a condensed Soft Glam palette. I just really don't have any interest in it. Like, the palette and what was inside did absolutely nothing for me, so I just can't say that this was one that got me super hyped. But I mean, did you guys order it? Do you like order all of Kylie's palettes and you get super excited? I don't know how you would if you did, because she comes out with a lot of stuff from what I see, but I just can't say it interests me at all, and especially because it does look similar to the Soft Glam, which also means that it looks similar to other palettes in my collection, because I know the Soft Glam wasn't like the most groundbreaking palette in the world, but I still really like it, so I'm gonna skip over that one. Funny how we've been going along, like I look at myself in the viewfinder sometimes, and you know when you just know that you're not feeling your makeup? I'm just not feeling it today, but moving on. Okay, so I got so many tags and a lot of really unhappy tags about this next one. So apparently Tarte Cosmetics just launched their new sister brand, which is a skincare brand. It's called Awake Skin. It is inspired by Japanese skincare and includes a lot of different items: an antioxidant concentrate, a tightening concentrate. There is, what else is there? Lip balms, hydrating masks, a radiance moisturizer, shimmer serum, and it looks like it retails anywhere from $16 up to $38, and it's available now on their website. So I'm not gonna be purchasing anything from this. Seriously, skincare is one of those things that gets super overwhelming. I probably get an email, at least one email, every single day from some sort of skincare company, big, small, anything in between, asking to review products, and you just simply can't do it all. Especially when it comes to something like skincare, it's not as easy as like putting a lipstick on and wiping it off. It's affecting your skin, and it can be really challenging to try new products and try the new things to be able to review at the same time keeping your skincare routine that you know is doing good things for your skin. So I'm just not interested at this time. I also have just not been I just haven't been a huge fan of Tarte lately. A bunch of their makeup releases were just, I was returning them and they weren't what I thought they were going to be, or they weren't good quality anymore and things like that. So I've just kind of been putting Tarte on kind of like my back burner recently. There's so many other makeup brands that I would prefer to support. There's so many other items that I would prefer to buy, and I think I returned like 3 Tarte releases in a row, which lets me know that I should just go ahead and take a step back for a second. So when I saw that they were releasing a new brand, I can't say I got really excited. You know, there were so many tags of people being really upset that they were launching a new brand, but of course the Shape Tape foundation and the shade range and all of that, people were very upset that they could launch a brand before addressing the Shape Tape foundation. So I don't know, I feel like Awake Skin has a lot of like very conflicting opinions to it, but for me it's just, you know, I mean, it's just as simple as I am a consumer myself. I get to decide what I buy. I get to decide what I put my money towards. I get to decide what I put on my face. I get to decide what I'm going to promote on my YouTube channel and all of that. So I'm just not interested in this one at this time. That's just kind of my thoughts on that. But moving over to the new Ofra collection, like I said, there was one that just dropped. This is called the South of Florida collection. So it has a new highlighter in Star Island, a new liquid lipstick shades, 4 new liquid lipstick shades, and it says it's going to be available June 27th, and it's also available online at Ulta Beauty. So far on Ulta, all I see is the highlighter, which is $29. I mean, I'm telling you, like, their stuff is more pricey. I don't see the lipsticks over here yet, but the lipstick shades all look to be like fairly dark, so I don't think I would get them. Well, one's kind of their Sanibel. That one's more of like a pink, more of like a pink, rosy pink, I'd say. The other ones are a little bit darker. So I'm not sure. The highlighter looks really pretty, but I have so many Ofra highlights and a few that I really don't enjoy. I need to do a highlight declutter as well real quick. So I'm still really obsessed with my Pillow Talk highlight from Ofra. I almost wore it today, but I put on Persona, the Zuma highlight, but I'm really liking that one. So I think for right now, I'm going to pass over it, even though I was really excited about the rebranding. So I was kind of thinking of maybe getting something from this collection just to like have something new, but that's kind of a silly reason to buy something, to be honest, in my opinion. But the highlight looks like something that I would quite like, but I'm going to go ahead and skip over it for right now, but you'll have to let us know if you're going to grab anything from the new collection from Ofra. Laura Lee Los Angeles is launching some different lip shades. So they're the Nudie Patootie liquid lipsticks. There's 3 different shades for $16 each, or you can get the bundle for $38. Available now on the website. The shades do look really pretty. I feel like I haven't heard, these might be her first liquid lipsticks. I'm honestly not really sure. But I haven't really heard anything about her liquid lipstick formula, and I'm just not really interested in this one either. I didn't pick up any of the eyeshadow palettes that she's released, which I think is 2 of them. And I know she's coming out with some more items here and there, which is super cool. Laura Lee's a YouTuber here, but she's not someone that I personally watch her videos. I have so many videos. My watch later list on YouTube always now has 400 videos in there to watch. I have so many friends on YouTube. I have so many people I love and want to support that it's just craziness. So I can't say that I follow her or keep up with her, but she has a brand which is called Laura Lee Los Angeles, and it looks like she comes out with quite a few things. You'll have to let us know if you've tried her liquid lipsticks and if you would recommend them or not. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and skip over them. There's so many that I love. After this video, I'm getting ready to film my lip picks video, which I'm super excited about. So, okay, moving on. Laura Mercier. I told you there's a lot of releases this week. Laura Mercier has new blushes that are coming out. There's going to be 10 different shades. I don't see a price on them. The packaging looks really pretty, and some of the shades, like there's a lot of kind of like purple toned blushes in here, which I'm kind of curious about. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have a lot like that in my blush collection. Like I said, I don't see the prices on it, and I'm sure they're probably going to be a little bit more pricey because that's Laura Mercier, but the packaging looks pretty. The shades inside look pretty. I'm interested in some of these tones in here, but like I feel like I don't need any more blushes. Like blushes are one of those things, I've said this recently, but like they don't like really get me going. Like I like blush and I wear blush nearly every day that I do my makeup, but it's not something I can get like super hyped for. But they look pretty. They look pretty. I'm just trying to be realistic though. I probably won't pick them up because they'll probably be too high of a price for me to be able to justify. To be honest, but they look pretty. Okay, so moving on, we have some new releases from Elf Cosmetics, and I feel like a lot of people are pretty excited about this. These are the Mix to Match Foundation Shade Adjuster. They're gonna be $4 each, which is super affordable, which is awesome. Of course, it's Elf. So it says, customize your foundation shade with these adjuster drops. It says, just one drop will transform your foundation to match your unique shade by lightening, bronzing, or deepening your foundations. There's 3 different shades. I'm kind of curious about these. I kind of want to try it just to see if it works because, you know, especially if you did watch my foundation clutter, I was a little frustrated. I ended up calling it my foundation collection and declutter because I really didn't declutter a ton. But it's also hard when I said the final numbers because there are several foundations that I own, but I own multiple shades of them because in the summertime I'm more tan, so my like paler winter shades obviously don't match me. But then in the winter when I lose my tan and I'm more pale, obviously my summer shades are too dark for me. So there's a couple of foundations that I really enjoy, but I have multiple shades of just for seasons. And sometimes that can be frustrating, or sometimes, you know, like today I put on my foundation, I immediately was like, I don't know if that matches you, girl. So it might be nice to have something like this, and it's only $4. I kind of want to pick this up. I'm really curious about these. I think that's kind of cool. So you have to let me know. It does say they're available now. Has anyone gotten it yet? I think this was just like a couple days ago that they went on sale, but I think that's pretty interesting. I kind of want to try these. Okay, there was another palette, like I said, that came out from Kylie Cosmetics, her summer 2018 eyeshadow palette. I don't see a price on this palette or the release date yet, but I mean, this palette, someone tagged me in it and said this looks like the Melt palette that I talked about like last week or 2 weeks ago. It's called 27 from Melt Cosmetics. And I was like, you know, it looks like the palette that's been done a lot. You know, it's like the Naked Heat and just like the really like orangey, red, bronze, like warm tone palettes that like we had like an influx of them, and now there's like still a few brands that are like coming out with them, and I was like, yes, for it, like it does. That's what it reminds me of. So it's just not anything super interesting to me. I'm sure the price will be a little bit higher than I would want to pay anyways. And like I said, I don't really buy from Kylie Cosmetics because I have in the past. I've tried out the brand and I just can't say I was super impressed and had some issues with them. So I'm gonna pass over that one too. That one just did not intrigue me in the slightest. I got a lot of tags that Paris Hilton is coming out with a new skincare brand, her own skincare brand. So she just launched her new luxury skincare line called Paris Hilton Skincare. So there's an eye cream for $78, a cleansing gel for $29, a face cream for $75, a serum for $115. I'm not going to pick up anything from the Paris Hilton skincare line. I can't say Paris Hilton is like one of my favorite celebrity homegirls out there, and just, you know, I don't feel like super inclined to have to go out and run and buy her skincare brand, and the prices are pretty expensive for me. And like I said, I have a lot of skincare. I have a lot of skincare I love. I have a lot of skincare that I would love to try to review here on my channel. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say no to the Paris Hilton skincare, but I would love to know, are you gonna buy something? Are you super excited about this? I understand. We all have different opinions and different people that we love. No judging here. Okay, so next up, there are some new releases from NYX Cosmetics. They're coming out the Swear By It eyeshadow palette, which is $35 with 40 cool and warm tones. There's also the Slip Tease Dull Color Lip Lacquer, which is $7. And then the Foil Play Cream eyeshadows are $6. They have a Foil Play Cream Pigment for $7.50 and also a waterproof mascara for $8. Now, I was only really tagged, and like it seemed like most people wanted me to talk about the Swear By It eyeshadow palette, so that's what I'll cover here. So funny reading the comments on Treadmood and just some of the posts, like some of the tags that came in from me, because there's a bunch of, you know, conflicting opinions on the price. Some people thought $35 was too high for NYX. Some people think $35 is really affordable for the 40 different shades that you're getting. For me, when I hear a $35 eyeshadow palette from NYX, my mind immediately says that's expensive because NYX is supposed to be a drugstore brand. But then when you think about it, you're like, okay, 40 eyeshadows in there, that is a lot of eyeshadows. So I don't know. NYX is one of those that I've definitely noticed from like over the years their prices have gone up and their prices have gone up. Unfortunately for me, what I've noticed with NYX on some of the items that they've, you know, increased their prices on, I haven't seen the quality increase. And that's kind of my biggest thing when it comes to drugstore and the brands that are jumping up their prices. I wish the quality was also going up at the same time, because then it's like, well, you know, why not take those few dollars and, you know, buy something from a high-end brand that I know the quality is there. That's kind of like my opinion when it comes to the drugstore prices. But looking at this eyeshadow palette, just the first thing that I think of is that I have so many different smaller palettes within this big palette. And me personally, I like smaller palettes. I like smaller palettes that have the colors in there that I really want, that have a color story in there that makes sense to me, that I can look at it and think like, I know what I'm gonna do today. And honestly, like this doesn't, it didn't really remind me like it's like a dupe for the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which has the 35 different shades in it. But if I do, like if I'm going away from somewhere for a while and I just want to have that one palette that I know I'll have a ton of different shades in there for me, I'm gonna reach for that one because I enjoy that one. But on a more like a regular basis, I prefer those smaller palettes. I don't want to fill my collection with big, huge palettes because I have realized over time that that's just not me. That's just not my personal preference. So I know that I would skip over this one because just looking at it, like I can pick out shades like, oh, I have all of these shades in this palette. I have all of these shades in that palette. I have those, you know, that's kind of what I thought when I looked at the palette. So I just think it'd be something that I don't necessarily need. And then, you know, I could save my $35 and be happy with the other palettes in my collection. So that's what I think when I look at the new palette from NYX, but you'll have to let me know. There's also plenty of comments in there of people that are super excited about it. So you'll have to let us know if you're planning on getting that one. Just a few things left, thank goodness, because man, I feel like I've been sitting here forever. Okay, so Love Melissa Michelle is coming out with round 2 of her collaboration collection with Ulta Beauty. So Love Melissa Michelle, I believe, is a YouTuber. Yes, I just clicked on her profile. She is a YouTuber. I know that she's done a collab with Ulta Beauty in the past, which is super cool. Like, not even just collaborating with a brand, but with Ulta Beauty. Like, that's really freaking cool. I think that's awesome. So now they're coming out with round 2 and it's a whole collection. There's going to be a $20 eyeshadow palette, a cheek palette for $16, lip duos for $12.50 each. There's going to be lashes for $7. I got a lot of tags on like trying out those lashes. It's going to be available July 5th online at Ulta and in stores the week of July 22nd. I can't say that there's anything that I saw on the photos that I was like, yes, that is something that I need. That's something that I really need to check out. Everything's very pretty, and like I said, the packaging very pretty on everything. The prices, you know, are not crazy at all, I don't think. But I'm probably just being realistic once again, like just being a realistic gal here. I don't think that I'm gonna purchase anything. I've done quite a few like hauls lately. I've been purchasing from Sephora and Ulta and Beautylish and even MAC, and I feel like when I kind of go on these like shopping sprees almost that you say, but when I haul a lot of makeup, it really does make me like step back. There's so many things I want to get through. There's so many things I want to review and try. And I'm only one person and I just can't get it all. So I'm probably gonna say no to everything from that collection, but you'll have to let me know, is she one of your favorite YouTubers? Are you so excited to see another collection? And what are you most interested in getting? And then the final thing that we're gonna talk about today is a new collection from Tom Ford. This is the TF Extreme, and it's a colorful collection. So there's gonna be a bunch of things in here. There's like single eyeshadows in there, there's lip lacquers in there, there's an all-over body spray, very interesting. For me, everything is just too expensive. Tom Ford, I don't think I've ever tried anything from Tom Ford. I've never bought anything from Tom Ford. I don't even think I've gotten like a sample of anything from Tom Ford. It's just like, it's just not my price range, man. So like the single eyeshadows are $36 each. You know, I gave Dose of Colors a hard time for their $20 single shadows, the Block Party shadows. Their lip lacquers are $54. No. Well, I can't do that. Their all over body spray is $68. Like, I just can't. If you can and you love Tom Ford and that's okay with you, like, you do your thing and I'm so happy for you, but I just can't. That's too much. Like, if I wanted these single shadows, like, they kind of remind me a little bit of the Dose of Colors Block Party. I would rather pay the $20 for the Dose of Colors versus the $36. And the lip lacquer being $54. Like, I'm gonna pass over that because my bank account would yell at me really, really hard, I think. So you'll have to let us know though, like, what do you love the most from Tom Ford? What do you recommend that you think is worth the price? And are you gonna pick up anything from this collection? But after that, that's finally gonna do it for this week's Will I Buy It video. Alrighty, so that is everything for this week's Will I Buy It video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful or entertaining in some way. As always, let me know of everything that I talked about. What are you interested in? What are you planning on picking up? What is a hard pass for you? Let us know in the comments. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this one, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.